No?
We've not hit the road.
So you use your
A
computer?
podcast out? Yeah, because, I bought the sound setup, and I use mics and headphones and everything like that.
We finally just switched to mics. We have a whole multi-track setup, so it sounds way better now. Because, we were just using one of these handhelds for a long time.
Well, now you're good to go.
But that's the magic of Patreon.
Right, and we're live on here.
Oh, good.
Tasia's watching. Okay, so, Casey, welcome to Sequel Podcast. I'm at Bonta.
Casey Alden.
And here we go. I got a couple of things here.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. I was wondering, Casey, when we'll get to see an Othmantis vinyl album. Because I've got one right here.
Did you really do that?
Uh-huh.
Where did you get that?
It's online.
Is that the soundtrack?
This is the soundtrack for God's Salt.
No way.
Oh, yeah. They didn't have a red. They had blue and clear. Otherwise, I would have gone red.
Clear's pretty cool, though.
Red would.
Where did you get that?
I looked up online and where I can get one pressed. I like this option that they made.
Oh, they made that for you?
Well, okay, so for the people that are listening and not seeing live on Facebook, I had a record made for the soundtrack of God's Salt, my movie, for which Casey basically did every single song for, and then a couple of Othmantis tracks, his band. But I just looked online for record pressings, and when you go in, they have a couple options.
Mm-hmm.
But before even doing that, I emailed the guy and was just like, how do you do this, blah, 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 can I give you artwork and you can put it on there? And he's like, no, we can't do that, but I can make you a sticker.
Oh, that's cool.
So he made me. So this is a sticker of the poster art, and then a sticker that I made, or I didn't make this, but like I made the.
Yeah.
I just went on Paint and made like the track listing. But he would have done it probably the front and back, but I like this.
That's pretty cool. It fits too.
It's kind of like two skeletons dancing.
Yeah.
And then the record.
But I don't have a record player.
Well, it's mine, and I have a record player, so fuck you. What's that? Oh, you wanted to hear it?
Yeah, now. Now that it's on something. That's
I should have brought you a CD, because I've made a couple of CDs. I gave one to Corey and one to Berea.
Nice.
But I picked out some dialogue samples from the movie. So there's a song and then a dialogue sample.
Sure. That's pretty rad.
So now if I want to, I can listen to some Othmantis on vinyl. Yeah. This is a one of a kind, the only one in the world.
And how much did that run you?
$50.
That's why we haven't made vinyls.
Yeah, but that was to make one. Most vinyl stuff is like you need to press 200.
Yes, and like that's I was looking that up the other day because we're getting discs made right now, or we're going to be pretty soon. And yeah, it's ridiculously expensive.
But I found someone that was. I mean, $50 is not the worst price that I can get for one.
But like, what am I gonna get 4 of these and then?
Well, no.
You know what I mean?
But I'm not like, if I were to sell them, of course I would buy 200 of them and sell them for
$50 a piece
or whatever.
Well, because even then, like, what is it, $2,000 for 200 of them?
Or I don't think I think it was like $1,000, like $1,000 and some change.
For 200, because I can get 1,500 discs for $1,000.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's different.
It's different, but it's also like super niche, right? Like, how many people are gonna like want those? That's what I was saying to the guys too. Is like, I don't want to invest. In getting records.
Today is a different story than tomorrow.
But like selling 200 at like $50 a piece or something,
right?
Like it's a lot. We would have
maybe one day someone's gonna want the God Salt soundtrack featuring such tracks as Bone Shovel, Transcendent, Flux, and The Departed.
You never know.
You never know. Are all those? I know Transcendent is on
House of Shadows,
but the rest are on The Patient.
Yeah.
Basically, The Patient is like the soundtrack to God Salt.
Like some, and not even all. It's not like it's the whole song.
On here?
No,
in the movie. Yeah. The Departed's the whole song, I believe.
Yeah, the credits and stuff.
But like on here, like Sequel Podcast is the opening track. So like when I handed out the CD, like when I gave one to Corey and gave one to Varia, mostly Corey would put it in and be like, "Oh, it's one of the podcasts," because I didn't tell him what it was.
Oh, sure.
I was like, "Just listen to this on your way home."
So he listened to a whole podcast and then was like, "This is just a discful podcast."
Well, no. Like if he hears the sequel podcast is the first track, it's like, oh, he just put on one of our podcasts. But then you get to the next track, and it's like film dialogue.
Sure.
And then it starts going into the music, and it's like, oh, this is the soundtrack to God's Song, which features your fucking like rap song that you did, which is amazing. Life is a blast.
It's so not.
Life.
It's so bad.
No, it's great. It's great.
I'm pretty sure I was drunk when I did that. Yeah.
And then the God Salt dance mix. There was no like track title for that. Real track title.
Just what that's just what I put
you put God Salt dance mix, and then like the instrumentals. I think me and Greg came up with titles like chopping heads, because that's playing when I got my head chopped.
Yeah. Yeah, because I just threw a bunch of stuff together.
And I'm not sure. I think I might have even been missing a track. Because it's really difficult going back and like going through my footage, because I have a folder that says like God Salt music or soundtrack or whatever, and it just kind of had like several different versions of some of these songs you sent me, like The Departed. What is that? Oh, is that your
creaking in the baby monitor?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because he's.
Is there a video?
Yeah, right behind the camera.
Oh, look at that.
Obviously, if he wakes up, I gotta grab him. But
sure.
You know, I'll just bring him back
Allie
in here.
working.
Yeah.
What was I talking about? Oh yeah, like I had several different versions of like these songs that you sent me. And I didn't listen to all of them. I just was like, this one's the most recent out of these tracks.
Yeah, because I think I'd send you something, and then you're like, oh, well, can we throw some of this in or something?
I don't think I did that because I know nothing about music.
I don't know, but it happened.
But maybe you were playing around with them.
Maybe I just
because it would be like a matter of a couple of days difference on each track. But no, I couldn't find, and I don't know if Greg went and found something that was copyright free and put it on that one part where Mr. Matthews is talking, and I don't remember, but I don't think I found that, so that's not on here. That's like the only thing not on here. See you awake?
We'll see in a sec.
But yeah,
I'll just be rolling around. He's going to sleep for a little while.
Did he just go to sleep?
No, went to sleep at like 9:30.
It's 10:30.
Yeah, that's pretty good. About an hour.
How long does he sleep for?
About an hour.
Yeah.
Sometimes 2, but just depends. Well, before he wakes up, Dark Tower was the worst movie I ever seen.
You went and saw it?
Yeah.
It was terrible.
It was so bad.
I'm sorry.
I was so disappointed.
Yeah.
Allie was laughing at me the whole time when we were walking out. Because, like, I guess she just looked over and it's like credits are rolling and just had some stupid look on my face. Yeah, and she just started laughing. It's like, what? Don't make fun of me.
I knew.
So bad.
I knew. You know, and like Stephen King, you know, was like, no, this is cool.
Like, it could have been.
I think Stephen King's old enough to be like, oh, whatever, I don't care. They made a movie, let them do what they want.
It's so sad,
but he still holds on to The Shining as being like the worst movie, even though that's a well-made movie.
Yeah, no, it is, and it's a good movie to watch. But that was, I don't know.
And The Dark Tower is so far off the mark from what...
I cannot believe that they screwed it up that bad. Well, how? It's like I was saying to Allie, it's like, you know, we got like some middling to like okay to sometimes really good Harry Potter movies. We got 8 of them.
Yeah.
And there's 7 books.
Right. You got two movies on one. Hunger Games had 2 movies on one.
And then, okay. And
Twilight had 2 movies on one.
The Hobbit's
3 movies on one.
4-hour movies. Like, how? Out of an 8-book series, like, where one book is literally just universe building,
Which book? The first one?
The 4.5.
Oh, the Winds in the Keyhole?
Yeah. It's just world building.
Sure. It's just a little extra.
How do you mess that up so bad? Like, none of them read it.
But...
They just didn't.
You know, it always upsets me when I read things, and it's mostly like Stephen King. Stephen King will submit a draft of something. Sure. Not necessarily for this. And then the director will be like, throw it away.
Right.
And write another thing.
Yeah.
Like, The Shining is so close. So close to the book.
But isn't it all purposefully changed because Kubrick was...
Well, I mean, Kubrick is what they call a genius, air quotes.
Air quotes. Big air quotes.
And I wouldn't say genius, but I would say that he knows how to make a movie, and
Sure.
he knows how to make his movie.
Yeah.
And so that was the thing. It was like he was going to take it and make his movie out of this book.
Yeah.
Opposed to, like, I'm going to make this author's
Like
book into a
adaptation.
movie.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, the only thing that's missing is, like, the alcoholism.
Sure.
And, like, he kills Halloran, the black guy,
Mm-hmm.
who doesn't die in the book. And then the house blows up. And then there's also, like, a hedge maze. In the book, it's, like, hedge animals that move and attack and kill people.
Which would have been way cooler.
I think it's in the TV miniseries.
That makes sense.
Like, the TV miniseries.
Well, that was an adaptation. They were trying to be...
Right. Stephen King's The Shining opposed to Stanley Kubrick's The Shining.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but with, like, Dark Tower...
It's an abortion. That's what it was.
It should have been an abortion.
Yeah,
they
should have pulled the plug early on that movie.
They went to...
Which is so crappy. Like, Idris Elba,
well, because
awesome.
Ron Howard was going to make it.
And it says he produced it.
Right.
So now it's a stain on Ron Howard.
He probably produced it because he's like, you're not taking my name off this. You know, give me my money, make your movie.
I'm sure, too.
And I'm going to go do something better.
I'm going to get a producer credit for this because, he was, like, so far into it or whatever.
Right.
Still. I mean, like, Matthew McConaughey obviously gave up. Completely gave up. Like, because everything before that seemed like, hey, they're pretty excited about this.
Everyone seemed excited about this.
And
the
then
trailer comes out, and
I
I even told you!
I remember.
It looks like a movie. It doesn't look like that world.
But it wasn't rated R, and it was an hour and a half long.
Hour and a half long. They don't make hour and a half movies anymore.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
unless
I
they're
saw
for
the
kids.
runtime, and I'm like, wait a minute. Like, this isn't a movie.
To be continued.
This is a freaking TV episode, and it's going to be really bad.
Yes. Oh, man.
And I mean, I read all the reviews on, like, Rotten Tomatoes and stuff, and, like, I knew it was going to be bad. But it's like, okay, if there's any hope of, like, somehow moving forward on this, like, I need to go at least see it.
Mm-hmm.
So I did. I regret it.
Well, like, the little things in the movie were much better.
stuff.
Like, the little Easter eggs were...
the Easter eggs
were
that
worth
are,
it,
like,
but-
alluding
but
to
the
this
whole
being
movie.
a real thing that exists somewhere else. And it's like, we're going to throw all this stuff in to, like, give people some nods, except, like, you could have just put it in the movie.
Right. The whole movie could have been a nod to everybody. It was not the world of the Dark Tower that Stephen King.
No, I don't know what that was.
It was just
that
like
was
a movie
something made up.
Yeah.
Well, and, like, a lot of
It's
the
the movies
words
about
they
the
were
kid.
using, made up words.
Mm-hmm.
Never, like, they're trying to jam shine down your throat. Like,
Right.
he's a psychic.
From The
he's got
Shining.
the shine.
Right, like the kid in The
Yeah,
Shining.
but it's like, okay, now you're just throwing stuff in that has nothing to do with
Right, you're
this.
winking at the audience, and you know, it's
But
like,
stuff
hey
that
guys,
never existed.
Stephen King!
So bad. So bad.
And you know, when he goes and sees Jackie Earl Haley, I was like, oh, is this guy's kind of like TikTok man or something like that. From, Wastelands?
Yeah.
I mean, but it wasn't, but like... I was like, oh, well, that could be the TikTok man. Just to, you know, I'll take that for myself. I gotta have something good going on.
Trying to get yourself into this movie.
Right,
like,
right.
Making connections that are obviously not, like, that nobody else thought about.
Right.
Yeah.
And then, like the Hearts in Atlantis stuff with the Breakers. Did you ever check that out?
I read it, yeah.
Okay. And because that story is called The Low Man in Yellow Coats. Mm-hmm. So when he starts, like, I think is when he takes off and runs away in the Dark Tower.
Yeah. And
like the first person they show, he's wearing a yellow coat.
I thought that was cool.
Yeah, not like anybody else wearing yellow coats, but just that first guy they showed. I was like, Low Man in Yellow Coat.
Well, he had like an old classic car or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so like there were little things, and it started out promising.
It did. It really did. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
But then it's like an hour and a half.
Jumping through portals and
the house is like trying to eat him.
Well, that was a thing.
It's like they tried to make that kid Harry Potter or something, or Anakin Skywalker.
I think that's what they were trying to do.
It's like, this is the kid that can get everything done.
No. No. He does. How many times did he die in that series? 3? In
the Dark Tower series? Yeah. He dies once in the first one.
Yeah.
He only dies twice, right?
He dies twice?
Yeah, and then once again at the end. Spoiler alert.
I don't even remember when that book was written, like 2005.
And they might refer to a third time, maybe. It's been a while for me to have read them.
Yeah.
But I think they mostly talk about him being destined to die, and it's like, well, we can get him back.
Well, that was a Stephen King thing.
Oh wait, no, he does die 3 times.
It's at the very end, right?
Because he dies. He dies at the beginning.
Yeah, he gets hit by a car or whatever, and ends up in Midworld.
Yeah, or
he gets pushed in front of him.
He gets pushed in front because in the drawing of 3, when he goes to get him, it's the pusher. You know, you're reading about the pusher, the guy that pushes people in front of like trains or cars or whatever. Mm-hmm. So he would have died then in the real world, his world.
Yeah.
He would have died with Roland the first time and then died with Roland the second time.
Yeah.
So he does die 3 times.
That's what I thought.
But Roland pulls him back and takes him.
Right. So I'm just saying, like, this movie didn't even have the balls to just straight up let the kid die.
And the director calls it a sequel and a prequel.
That's
or something like that.
Movie.
Yeah, no, there's no such thing as a sequel and a prequel.
No, to something he made up.
Right.
Yeah. Because, like, I don't know, and I knew it, like, right at the end of the... Well, spoilers, nobody cares.
Read the books, people.
Yeah, when he kills Walter, which never happens.
Right.
Yeah, it's
he's like, basically unkillable.
I guess this is never going to be a series.
Right.
Like,
watch the further misadventures of these 2 characters and some other weird thing.
2 randos. I don't know. The kid did a good job.
I mean, they both did good. And, like, Matthew McConaughey could have...
There were moments when it felt better. Mm-hmm. But I think for the most part, the script was just so bad that he didn't have much to do. Because he seemed like, I'm just going to kind of hang out. And like,
yeah, no, I'm watching that because he's like in his little room.
Yeah.
His control center.
What?
And then... and then he's like not physically there with Idris Elba.
Well, yeah, and like Allie was all confused about that. She doesn't know what the orbs are.
Which orbs?
You know, because he's holding the black ball, number 13.
Right, like the wizard in glass.
Yeah, because like that's what all those were, right?
I don't remember.
Yeah, so
go
like
ahead.
It's the whole thing. There's a whole bunch of like the wizard's rainbow or whatever.
Right, I remember.
All the different orbs that have different
rainbow.
powers inside of them.
Okay.
And he was using those in like some fancy contraption for some reason, even though that shouldn't have been a thing.
Sure.
Yeah.
A lot of things shouldn't have been a thing in that.
None of it should have been a thing.
Like the concentration camp for the kids.
Well, like I get where they're going with that, the whole Wolves of the Kala.
Mm-hmm.
But
once again, it's been a while since I've read these.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, like that's that whole book where, you know, they come up on this town and these people are coming like every 20 years and stealing the kids, and it's
the robots.
The robots are coming.
Robot wolves.
Yeah, and they're taking these twins and all this stuff, and they like kind of showed that, but then it's
maybe
like
I
right
should,
next to
because
the thing.
I thought I only needed to reread the first book, and I was going to be good.
That
clearly, I should have. Clearly, they were going to take 5 pages from every book and try to put it in there.
Everything, like this one little thing from each book.
So I should have just read all of them, and maybe I might have enjoyed
You would have been way more disappointed. No.
Disappointed because I wasn't going to get to see this vast, great, grand,
because
fucking
it's this like awesome,
epic.
fleshed out, epic universe. It's like Stephen King says, this is my Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
And they don't even bother giving it the Lord of the Rings treatment. Like if Ron Howard was attached to it.
Right, because Ron Howard's like, a bunch of movies and some TV shows
good,
in between
right?
the movies.
Oh my god.
I mean, they say Idris Elba's game to do some TV show stuff.
I mean, he's better on TV anyway.
Which would probably be like the stories that he tells prior to.
Right. If they could put it on an HBO or a Showtime or a Netflix, probably a Netflix.
They probably won't do anything. It's probably not going to get made.
Stop saying that. No,
we're just going to have to wait another 20 years.
Oh, I can't.
Until we're 50 years old, and there's some new kid that's gonna play the gunslinger. Zac Efron.
No.
Zac Efron in 20 years when he's like Idris Elba's age.
Yeah, right. He'll be the gunslinger somehow.
Oh wait.
If they wait 20
Matt's
years...
asking questions on here.
Matt's asking questions?
Matt's asking questions.
Who's Matt?
Come on, dude. Matt, your bass player?
Oh, that Matt. Hey, Matt.
He's still watching.
The baby is...
As someone who hasn't read the books, how many stars from a basic movie point of view?
-5.
Yes, 0.
0, and if I could make it worse, I would.
If you could give it a worse rating.
Like the only good thing. Hey.
Hola.
Hey. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
I was saying bye, but I heard him.
Yeah, I think he's just gotten up.
Oh.
I'm watching him.
Okay.
But he's not crying, so he's just kind of hanging out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, Matt.
Hello again.
Bye, Matt.
See you later.
See you later.
Do you have to go get him?
I will in a sec. Yeah, he's still
Looks like he's trying to go back to sleep.
deciding what he's doing.
What does he have in there with him? A bear?
Yeah, a little stuffed elephant.
Like, what is this
Just kinda
cage?
hanging out. Well, it's dark in there too, so. But like Idris Elba is a good actor.
He's a great actor, and he was perfect because I had
Yeah.
no idea who was going to play Roland because Clint Eastwood couldn't do it.
Right? He could have. Would have been great.
I don't
Would
know
have been
about that.
CG Clint Eastwood. all
Like
over the
no,
place,
like
but-
Clint Eastwood from fucking like 1980
Yeah,
would have been perfect.
prime Clint Eastwood.
Prime Clint Eastwood.
Even Unforgiven Clint Eastwood would have been good.
Oh no, that's a little old.
But he's supposed to be, right?
No, because he's kind of in that perfect like 40, 45-year-old age.
Sure.
Not 50.
Okay.
So 40 to 45. Because he's got to, I don't know, keep on living to keep doing it again.
Well, yeah, that's the idea, right?
But is he doing it again at the same age, or is he kind of
I think it's
consciously
the same.
going back to the same age he was when he started?
Maybe he's just going like a 5-year loop or whatever.
Right.
Because it takes forever to get from place to place. Which, not in this movie. No. We just teleport everywhere. It's cool. It's not a big deal anymore.
Like honestly, the dude probably was just like, I want to make one movie.
Who does that? That's not how Hollywood works anymore, especially.
Right. And we live in fandom.
Yeah, especially. Alright, I'll be right back.
Alright, we're going to put a pause on this. I'll let this...
Not on Facebook Live, though. You should just talk to me.
Okay. So 23 minutes, I'm going to have to go and edit this. Nobody is on here anymore. I'm going to sit here. Hello, who's watching? Suzette? go check this out.
That's a rad poster.
Winter is coming.
You gonna buy that poster?
I'm definitely gonna buy this poster.
That's a good It poster. I don't know if I can be excited for that now. I don't think somebody would purposely screw up It.
Well, the thing is it being a 1,000-page book.
Right.
They've made it into 2 movies, or going to. And
yeah, that makes sense.
it looks good, dude.
It does.
And that comes out in
yeah.
like a week itself.
Yeah, and I'm excited for that. But holy crap, man! Like if people are just gonna start.
This is the Dark Tower It podcast with Casey and Matt.
That's what happened last time too.
Yeah.
It's all Dark Tower.
Did you see the other It? You saw the other It?
Which one?
The original one, the only other one.
The Tim Curry one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a long time ago.
Sure.
Yeah, I was a kid. I was a kid.
Well, this one looks scary as fuck, so
yeah,
it's gonna be good.
Yeah. I'm just hoping it's not too like jump scare, constantly bad horror movie. You know what I mean?
Oh.
The trailer had a few of those moments.
I think it's gonna be visually scary rather than you're gonna see some fucked up shit.
Well, because
can I cuss in front of him?
You think he can understand you?
Well, I mean, I don't know how the subconscious
you're
works.
Fine. You're fine.
He's like, fuck.
No, you're fine. Maybe in another 6 months he'll start to just repeat everything.
Sure.
Yeah. He's not quite sure what to do right now. He's just staring at you.
Yeah. Hey.
Hi.
There you go.
Yeah. Come here. Let's play with some toys. Oh. Yeah.
Are your parents in Oregon?
$20. Yeah. All the way up in Oregon.
You guys didn't get to make the trip.
Well, I mean, like we want to.
No Harry Potter book to take up there with you and read.
Yeah, huh? I still have that book. It's not even mine.
What's that?
That Harry Potter book that I took up there last time.
Wasn't it the
last book?
Right. This
was
like years ago.
Yeah.
What do you mean it's not yours?
No, it's not mine.
What do you mean?
It's Julie Duncan's.
Oh.
Yeah.
She was one of our viewers.
Was she really?
Yeah.
I stole your book.
I don't think anymore.
Either way.
But yeah, no,
she lives out here somewhere.
She scrolled by. Really? I thought she didn't live in here anymore.
Oh, she didn't. No, she's back, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, because other Matt says that. I don't know if he's still watching.
You can say he's not. You can say Matt Spivey.
Well, sure, he was just on there, but he
Other
sees her
Matt.
at the store sometimes.
Which store?
The Save Mart down the street.
Does he live out here?
Yeah.
Where does he live?
Down the street.
Really?
Yeah.
Do all you guys live out here?
No. No, our drummer's in Carson City?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's where is that where you go to practice?
No, we practice down the street from here.
In a place or a house?
Yeah, because Matt's place has a
where are you
like
podcasting?
Detached in a room, just in one of the empty bedrooms in his house.
Whose house?
Matt's house.
Okay. Fucking Christ. Gotta explain these things.
Yeah. Yeah. I forget what I was saying.
You practice down the street. Well, we were talking about your parents in Oregon.
Oh, yeah. Because I sold that book.
You didn't buy it yourself?
No, I borrowed it from her. And then her and Sam broke up. And I was on vacation.
Collateral damage.
Yeah, just kind of had it. It's been in my garage for like 10 years.
Oh, so you still have it?
I still have it. Yeah.
Okay, I was thinking you left it in Oregon.
No.
Because didn't your grandma hate those books or something?
One of them. The other one is the one that bought them for me.
Okay.
Yeah. Totally different.
Do you still have all your grandparents?
No.
You had them all when you guys got married, right?
Yeah. And then both my grandpas died in the last, 4 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. Yeah,
both your
one
mom
after
and
the
your
other.
dad's dad.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you still have your grandmothers?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're still. In fact, one of them's up there. My dad's mom is up there with
in
them.
Oregon.
Yeah.
And they're crabbing. I saw those crabs.
All the crab pictures. Yeah.
Is that what you did every year? Same thing.
Yeah, that's what we do every year.
And you got all that crab.
This year is like a light year.
Oh, really? And you eat all that crab, or?
Yeah, because it's not as much as you'd think.
Well, I mean, I know that you because Rose eats crab. Like we'll buy crabs when we go to Seafood City in Sacramento.
Sure.
And like she likes all the fat that comes out, and on the rice she puts it on the rice and everything else like that.
Yeah, I mean,
I know it's not a shit ton of meat in there, but
no. And we sit like after we cook them all.
Is that free, or do you have to pay to go down?
It's like a 15-year annual license.
So you buy a license that lasts for 15 years?
No, $15. I mean, $15 for a year.
Okay.
Yeah.
So $15 to do what?
To be able to like throw a crab pot or ring in the ocean.
A cage?
Yeah. Either way.
How big?
They're kind of all standard. Like, the rings are like, what, couple feet, 3 feet.
Okay.
And then there's...
And you just dump it there, leave it?
So, like, with a crab ring, which is like it flattens when it hits the bottom, it's got a cage in there that has, like, dead fish in it. Mm-hmm. And then you have to pull it up, and then as you're pulling it, like, the larger ring on the outside opens, and it becomes like a funnel.
Okay.
And they get stuck. And if you have to pull pretty hard so that they can't climb over and jump out. Then you pull it up and you just sort through them. And the cages you can just leave, like, however long.
Well, so like a standard is you drop it down.
Yeah.
And then when do you pull it up?
15 minutes after you drop it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you just do that for
however long.
So you drop it 15 minutes, pull it up, drop it back down again, wait another 15 minutes, pull it up, and you do that for a couple hours, or
pretty much. Yeah, usually we go for probably 2 or 3 hours.
And you're just dropping and pulling.
Yeah, and we've got I think 9
cages.
Yeah, so
that's $15 per cage.
No, you can have as many of those as you want.
Okay, so $15 is just to go out there and do it.
And it's basically the whole $15 a year. It's like a fishing license.
Do you rent those? Do they give them to you?
We
do you
own
buy
our
them?
own. Yeah,
you
buy them.
You have your own.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so, you know, you can...
Now, you go out on a boat?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You don't have to, though. You can
do
go
it
off
like
the
a
dock. Yeah. A lot of people do. Because you can just rent, here, for 3 hours, for $10, you just rent this...
A boat.
Thing.
Oh,
and
okay.
The crab pot, and then you just try your best. But you never catch any that way.
You gotta go out.
Like, it's a tourist trap, for sure.
Sure, okay.
Because there's tons of people who just go up to the coast, and they're like, we want crab.
Right.
And they spend 3 hours and, like, $50, and they could have just bought crab.
Sure, bought
like
crab.
at one of the restaurants next to where they're doing it.
Right.
Yeah. It's kind of sad, actually. Yeah. No, because we do work, like, when we're out on the boat.
Right, you fucking do like catching and everything else.
Yeah, like, I wear a full body neoprene suit and gloves, because, like, you just get soaked.
Rubber overalls.
Yeah. So.
Sounds like fun.
It's a good time. Yeah, it's not too bad.
Do you have family that lives up there, or how did this start?
Well, when my dad was, like, I think he was like 8 or 9. They started going up to campgrounds because they just camp all the time. My grandpa was a forest ranger, so that's just what they did.
And your dad's got like a bunch of brothers and sisters?
Yeah, 3 brothers and a sister, and one of them lives in Oregon, but doesn't go up much. It's like 2 hours away from their house. They went this year. Like, he's in a bunch of those pictures.
Is your dad the oldest?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is kind of funny. It's all my aunt and uncles, like, they just have that same, like, attitude towards it because he's, like, the older brother.
About him being the oldest?
Yeah.
Or?
Yeah, because, like, he tries to, like, take charge and get everyone to
do
whatever.
That's your dad.
Yeah, that's what he does, right? And they're all just like, I mean, they're all, like, in their 50s and stuff, and they just look at him and go, oh, my God.
Let's just
really
do it.
Yeah. And so it's still, like, to see that sometimes is really funny. Yeah. Yeah, so, like, they started going up when my dad was little, and it's been every year since then.
Literally every year?
Pretty much. I'd say 9 out of 10, yeah.
So it's something you remember doing every year since you can remember doing things?
I calculated it a little while ago, like, a couple years ago, like, because it's 2 or 3 weeks every year since I was born. Like, I was his age the first time I went.
Right.
Right? So, like, what is that? Say 2 weeks, and I'm 30, it's 60. It's over a year.
So you've spent over, you're saying that you spent over like a year's time calculated together.
Yeah, calculated together, like living there.
Shit.
Yeah. Which is weird.
I mean, it's weird when you put it like that, but it's not like you can go back and like, I want to live a year's worth of these weeks put back together just so that I can see what it's like to live a year's time.
Sure.
But yeah, well, that's cool.
Yeah. It's a good time. You should try it.
Well, I mean, I never ever used to be into like seafood in any way.
Oh, sure.
But now I'm like totally into it.
Sushi all the time.
I mean, not sushi necessarily all the time, but like we go to San Francisco semi-frequently.
Sure, yeah.
And I like getting like a lobster roll. That's my favorite thing. And it's like, I'm totally like, or if we hit up a buffet on like a Friday night, they got all the crab legs.
Seafood buffet.
So like, I get it and I enjoy it now. And so like seeing all those crabs, it's like, hell yeah.
Well, and that's the best way to do it too, because they're fresh and I don't know, it's awesome.
I would love to do it if you ever guys go again.
Yeah.
Want to invite us? I'm down.
The campsites are super cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you camp in a tent or what?
Depends on what you have.
Or do you like rent a house or something?
You can do that too. There's a ton of Airbnb up there too. Like people renting stuff out all the time.
Mm-hmm.
We've been talking about buying a lot.
But normally you just...
Normally it's just camping. Like we do a tent. My
Mm-hmm.
parents have a nice like fifth wheel. Yeah. Is your notifications breaking your phone?
No, it's your shitty internet.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's Facebook is not responding.
Really?
Yeah.
That's weird.
That's what keeps popping up. So I just click on wait.
Don't usually have a problem.
I think it's starting to, the signal will get weak and then it'll be like
Right,
not responding,
it'll say
but
something.
we're still live, so.
Right, so it should be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just have to keep hitting the fucking thing.
You don't go camping very often, do you?
No, like never.
So like pitching a tent might be a
No,
different
I've gone once
Sure.
and I get it. I've got no problem with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, some people for some reason have huge problems with that.
No, I just never go.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that I like doing, and camping's not necessarily number one,
Right.
but it's not something I would never do.
Yeah. Well, they have. I mean, the campsites are pretty nice.
So you were saying you were talking about buying a lot?
Oh
Your
yeah,
dad? yeah.
Well, me and Allie.
Oh, just the two of you, or have
Yeah,
you
like,
talked
you
about
can
this
get-
with your dad?
No, not really. But like,
We don't want
you
him to
can
know about
get.
it.
Wow, no. It'd be kind of a nice surprise, I guess.
Like an acre?
Yeah, for like 30,000
Mm-hmm.
on the beach, basically. That's pretty nice.
Yeah.
It's like buying a car.
You've looked into it already, so you know
Yeah.
that it's like a 30,000
Yeah,
acre
I
lot?
have. I've looked into it. Yeah.
Acre's not bad. I
no,
almost had
and,
an
like-
acre. Is this an acre?
I think it's half.
Really?
Yeah.
Then this is big.
Yeah, this isn't too bad, right? Like, if this house wasn't here, this would be a decent sized lot. So, yeah, doing something like that, having some electricity or none, like, doesn't really matter.
Right.
Put a generator on there that, is locked.
You know, I was looking
cabinet.
at... we went to Costco. Last time we went to Costco, man, we walked down that aisle. And I was looking at the generators they had because I have the thing about generators for, like, location filming.
Right, mobile. Yeah,
Um,
I have a
and-
generator,
But you've got a loud one, though, right?
I have never even used it. I have no idea.
Because they've got, like, gas generators.
Yeah,
And those ones will...
they're pretty loud.
Go-
You get, like the diesel that are a little
But
quieter.
But I was looking at the ones that they had, and I was like, these are awesome.
Yeah.
You know, they have ones that aren't gas powered,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, that would be quiet. And you just fucking turn it on and hook up lights or
Yeah.
fog machines, whatever.
Yeah.
So
You can do that. You don't necessarily need a generator. Like, if you just had 3 or 4 car batteries,
Mhm.
like you could probably do a couple hours with lights and having a camera, like charging a battery.
Well, Varia's boyfriend Connor was telling me, because we had I borrowed
my
your one
inverter.
thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember if we used it for this or not, and it might have just been the fog machine itself.
Mm-hmm.
But we tried to work the fog machine through the car to get smoke to come up
Yeah,
from underneath up through the engine, kind of look like it was smoking.
it's a good idea.
But the fog machine itself isn't like plug it in, turn it on, and it works.
No, you have to wait for it to heat up.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it could have been that. But Connor was saying to just buy like something that you would buy if like you have a dead battery.
Yeah. I have one of those. You just plug in power or USB.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's all it is. It's like...
But it's got an outlet on it, too.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And there's like a $100 one at Walmart. Is that the one you have?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, because I keep it in my truck just in case.
And you have to plug that in and charge it?
Yeah, you plug it in, charge it, and then like it stays for a long time. I don't think I've charged it more than once, and I've had it for like a year. But I've only had to use it like twice for, jump starting or whatever.
Sure.
So, yeah, and I jump started somebody else's car with it before. That was kind of nice.
Why?
Just because they asked for a jump, and it's like, yeah, I got.
It's like,
this
hell yeah,
thing. I don't even have to
boom.
pull up to you.
Right. It's always like,
awesome.
someone comes up to you in the parking lot.
Well, like, because
hey,
I worked at the school,
cables.
so like I was jumping people's cars probably, at least once or twice a month.
From car to car.
Yeah, because I didn't have it at the time.
Right.
But like, they would go to us and be like, "Can you jump my car?"
The
and it's
maintenance guys.
I don't know why you'd come to us. Like, you'd ask literally anyone else in this whole school. But that's fine. And yes. So I'd always do it.
You're profiling me?
Yeah. Like, just because I work here.
Like if you had a staff of like female maintenance, janitorial, custodial people, like maybe they probably wouldn't go to them because they're women, even though if it were a man in the same position, they probably would.
Probably.
That profiling thing.
Yeah. Even though it's like I'm usually walking around with like headphones on.
Yeah.
And doing something else. It's like he stopped me from like vacuuming.
To go jump a car.
Come on. I'm busy.
So, but now you got a mobile jumper.
Yeah, and I don't work there anymore, so it doesn't even matter.
Right. I don't think anyone's asked me to help jump their car in a long time.
It seems like it happens to me constantly.
Really?
Like I'll be in a parking lot somewhere.
I mean, we live in such a different world, like, where there is technology and products and items that do everything. That just
like
do.
You don't have to talk to other people.
Absolutely. Like, you buy it and you just hang on to it until you need it. And it's a weird, crazy world.
Yeah.
Like, if I was like, man, that'd be cool if they had something to do this, and I probably could look it up and they would have that very thing.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
It is a little bit. Have you read Ready Player One?
No, but I bought the
Will Wheaton audiobook.
Let me see. I think it was the last thing I got. Or I added it to my
Your wish list?
Yeah, I added it to my wish list.
It's definitely worth reading. And Will Wheaton's an awesome audiobook reader.
Yeah, he's good.
Who knew?
No, the last thing I got was A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, the 3 short stories that George R. R. Martin wrote that are prequels to Game of Thrones.
Next series.
The next TV show?
Is that what it's going to be based on?
I don't think it is.
They're just going to make it up.
I think like those were the 2 things that they said. That it's not going to be Robert's Rebellion, and it's not going to be...
I figured that much.
It's not going to be the Hedge Knight.
Okay. Well, we'll see.
It's not going to be the stuff that's already out there.
The people already like a whole lot.
I read something saying that they're going to push off the next season for a year.
I hope not. That would be really horrible.
It would be really horrible.
I mean, I know that they...
I mean, it was just like a meme, and I looked it up and I couldn't find any kind of...
Okay, that sounds definitely
but
not
I mean,
something they would do.
If someone made a meme about it, it might have fucking...
like
it might be
somewhere?
some kind of fact-based thing. I think he's strong enough to make that thing. Is he
Oh,
really?
yeah. He's a lot stronger than he seems. Break your stuff.
Do you like the current season? Are you...
So far, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm way into it.
You don't think it's like too fast?
Well, it's obviously way too fast because they're trying to pace it along for this like 8-episode
7 episode.
Like, whatever it is, it's stupid. Like, you're kidding me. Like,
I just think
I
just think the showrunners and HBO are ready to move on to other new stuff.
Sure.
So they're like,
even though it's like super popular, so
even though it's super popular, newer's always better, they say. So I'm willing to bet HBO's just like, let's just get
that's ridiculous.
3 seasons of a new show, move on to another 3 seasons of another show, and just keep new stuff constantly rotating.
It's not how people watch TV anymore.
I think it is.
You think 3 seasons and you're good?
I think that 3 seasons and you might run the risk of people getting bored with those characters and wanting new stuff.
Right, but that's what good writers are for.
But like if you were to come in and be like, oh, this show is pretty cool. Oh, there's 5 seasons out already? That's one thing.
So excited.
That's one thing. But if you're like, oh, episode 1 of this brand new show, fresh out of the package.
That's like my worst nightmare. I hate that.
And you get through it and it's cool and it's good. And you're like, okay, I can't wait till season 2. And you get through it, it's cool and it's good. Over here, you've got 5 more brand new TV shows. And you can only watch so many.
Right.
And so I think it's just like, let's just get a few seasons out, as long as it's good, and move on to something new.
Well, like...
And keep the audience interested in our network rather than in our one show.
Yeah, because, I mean, Silicon Valley is super short, but that's a good show.
It's like a half-an-hour show, right?
Yeah, it's super short.
I mean, I've seen a couple of them that look good. Like, I would watch it, but...
It's super funny.
But there's, like, other stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't even finish Iron Fist.
Really?
Which I knew... because it sucked.
Really?
Yeah.
I really liked Iron Fist.
There's nothing happening. Like, it doesn't make any sense. It's poorly written. It's
slow.
terrible.
It's really slow.
I mean, he shows up and he's like, I'm this guy.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, you're not. 5 episodes later. Yeah. I'm this guy. Okay, maybe.
And then at the end, they're like, sure.
I didn't make it. Like, I think I'm on, like, episode 7 or 8. Just because nothing was changing. How many
episodes are there? There's like
12? 13?
Yeah, there's not that many.
There's not that many, but when it's not interesting enough,
well, sure.
That's too many.
Yeah.
And Defenders is out now.
Which is pretty good so far.
And then Death Note comes out tomorrow. And I want to watch that Jason Bateman show.
Yeah, and I think we watched probably half that, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it looks good. Everything
it's essentially just like...
I never watched Stranger
feels
Things.
Like Breaking Bad. Well, that's a sin. You should just start now.
Because
Since
2's
the
coming out.
Coming out.
Yeah, I wanted to watch it. I just haven't gotten to it.
It's really good. It's very...
I'm watching Columbo.
Very steep. You're watching Columbo again? Come on.
Well, I didn't finish it last time.
So?
And I didn't remember where I stopped off, and I had to.
So
and they had the whole run.
Yeah.
For like $30.
Okay.
So it's like 5 seasons and like all the TV movies that they made in like the end of the 80s and the 90s and even in the 2000s.
Yeah.
So $30 for like hours.
That's a lot.
So I just started over.
Sure. But you haven't watched Stranger Things.
I haven't watched Stranger Things.
Which is like
or the hundreds of DVDs and Blu-rays that I have.
Yeah.
No, it looks cool. I want to watch it.
Stranger Things is like a mix between It and Dark Tower a little bit.
And some
like,
Spielberg stuff. Close Encounters, E.T.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and it looks like that, too.
I'm not saying, like, fuck that show.
I
I'm saying I want to watch it. You don't need to sell it to me. I know, but, you know, and I'm running through all the Justice League.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I just went through all that original DC animated universe with Rose. So she's watching those for the first time. We're almost done, finally. We just got the last 2 seasons of Justice League, and then that's all.
Yeah. Well, it's not bad.
What's that?
It's not bad. It's a lot of stuff, too.
It is. I mean, 4 big box sets of Batman, 3 Superman box sets. Not as big as Batman.
No.
3 Batman Beyond box sets. Couple of movies. 2 box sets of Justice League. And then 2 Justice League Unlimited.
Jeez.
So that's good shit, though.
Yeah. That's still a lot.
It's good shit.
I'm sure he's going to be into that stuff. He already likes it. Like, if I turn something on, he'll sit for a minute.
He'll grab his attention.
Like, oh, it's colorful. He wants the fox. He's gonna sit on.
So do you show movies to him or what?
Well, not really. Like, I put stuff on that I think is gonna be like kind of loud and colorful, and like sometimes he'll look at it, but he really doesn't care about anything on TV.
Not yet.
No, and even then, like, we're gonna limit that till he's a little bit older. I just don't want him to be one of those kids that's like grabbing at your phone constantly.
Oh, I know. That's Rose's granddaughter.
Yeah, she knows how to work it and like pull up something and then occupied.
Right.
Like, it's nice. Like, I get it, you know.
It's not
like,
even a matter of necessarily being occupied. It's just kind of like she wants it.
Sure. Yeah, and I mean, it's hard anyways now. Just in the world we live in. Can't exactly keep stuff from them.
Well, I mean, and also like you say you want to limit stuff, but I mean, shit, dude. If you guys get busy, it's like, well, fuck, I guess we got to put him in front of the TV.
Thing, yeah. And at a certain point, I mean, like, watching a movie or something, like, great, whatever. As long as it's an approved movie for me. You're not going to be watching some crap animation.
Oh.
Yeah.
No Beavis and Butthead?
Well, that's later. I'm just saying, like, not crappy animation, like a crappy.
Nothing from.
I'm not
like,
gonna put on like Ice Age 6 or something. You know what I mean? Like the Iron Giant.
Only the Miyazaki Studio Ghibli films.
Yeah. Only quality. Yeah. It has to be like a good. I mean, because if it's a crappy animated movie, right? That's just to get money from people and like little kids that want to go see it.
Right.
It's not gonna be a good movie. I don't want to show him bad movies. Like if it's animated, it has to be a good animated movie.
Sure. Fritz the Cat. Have you seen Fritz the Cat?
No.
Okay, not X-rated.
Really?
Yeah,
Jeez.
but it's probably like R-rated movie nowadays. But when it came
Nowadays.
out, it was like X-rated.
They just didn't rate it.
Right. Have you seen all those
He's
Miyazaki
so
movies?
happy. I haven't actually.
Have you seen any of them?
No.
Have you seen Princess Mononoke? You haven't seen
No.
any of them?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, then we can't talk about it.
No.
That's
You don't want to
okay.
spoil it.
Well, no. I mean, it's not a matter of spoiling. It's just a movie that
Yeah.
start to finish, there's shit going on. It's not like, oh my god, Darth Vader is his father.
Right.
You know, it's just a movie to watch and then enjoy the story and the music and the art and everything else.
Yeah. I'm so surprised that he's so cool right now.
Why is he not usually?
So, I mean, like, he's getting better at it, but sometimes he'll just be like, no!
He'll just
Don't want
do
any
his
of
own
it.
thing.
Yeah, like, he's gonna fall. He's sitting on it. There you go. Oh, yeah, it talks.
Oh, this talks?
Yeah.
Does he have teeth?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, 4 up front and 2 on the bottom right now.
Hey, let me see. Smile.
Yeah, that's not gonna make him smile. Why are you grabbing me? Huh? Yeah, like, yeah, I mean, it's like the whole video game thing. Like, I want to start him slow.
NES from 1985.
Yeah.
Do you have that thing? Are you gonna get that thing?
I want to, but like,
When
I
I say
also
the thing,
have
I
an
mean,
NES,
what is it called?
and I have games.
Oh,
so
do
it's
you?
like, why?
Do you have an NES?
Yeah, it's
Is
somewhere in the
it-
garage.
Oh.
I mean, the plan is like you can kind of see over
You have
here.
a game set
Good
up.
podcasting. Yeah, like I'm starting to do that. I gotta build it up,
Oh,
but he's also
because
gonna
he
get.
has this audio podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
Visually, you can't
It's
see
not
it.
even looking there. Yeah, like I mean, we're gonna get rid of that. Put a nicer.
But you said you want to get rid of this wall right here.
I do. Yes, very much. So it'd be
So
more along
fuck your
the
setup.
other wall. Well, yeah, because
wall
like
right here.
what I really want to do is get like have whatever TV like in the middle of the room on
Is there a
between
TV in
these
there
two
right now?
doors. No,
Oh, okay.
there's a plug on the wall. Like this is mounted, and there's just a plug right behind it.
On
like,
the other
there-
side?
Yeah, on the, well,
Oh.
yeah, there's one on the other side, but like
You
the
didn't have the
HDMI
TV in
cable-
here last time I was here.
No.
Okay.
We weren't even in this room last time you were here.
What you mean? You weren't done moving into this room with all your stuff?
Yeah, there was nothing in this room.
Right.
We had like like a chair.
Well, we sat on something, didn't we?
We did, yeah. We had a couple of chairs. Now it's like a livable space. This is pretty much where I just hang out all day.
So you work from home now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lucky you.
I know, right?
Oh, you got more figs in there?
Tons, yeah.
Are those figs on top?
Yeah.
Is that a paint box or a glue
Oh,
box?
it's, I think, dice.
Oh, okay.
There's tons of figures in there. There's stuff from when I was like 15, 14. It's all on the bottom. Looks like crap. Yeah. Yeah, you should definitely play Warhammer.
Nah.
You should.
Nah.
It's so easy.
Nah.
It's easier than HeroClix.
I don't know about that.
It really
It's
is.
not. There's no Batman over there.
You can make a Batman. You just call it something else.
Nah. I feel bad just buying new HeroClix. Like I don't really necessarily want to spend the money on the HeroClix
That
that
crazy
I buy.
money.
It's not crazy money.
Is it not anymore? Or maybe we're just older.
What
and I
is
can't-
what is well
Much
no
things
I
are.
mean no it's the same money but like I think do I really want to spend $5 to $10 on this figure?
Sure.
And
are
you said
buying
that those are
the
more
boxes?
expensive.
They are, yeah. Well, and I mean, they are.
No, I'm not buying.
But it's also a
I'm not
deeper
buying
hobby.
boosters. Like if I want to go and play,
You're buying specific.
I'll want to play the sealed.
Right. Yeah. I mean, honestly, that was the only super awesome way to do like random.
You're right
plays.
because anybody can fucking open up their wallet and buy the best kind of.
Yeah.
I think we talked about this off podcast last time. Anyone can spend the money to buy the best deck of cards or the best HeroClix team.
That's why the sealed events in Magic
it's about
are
skill
the
rather
things.
than money.
Yeah, drafting.
You don't want that box to fall on him. Why don't you just empty the box out?
I could. There, now you can't hurt yourself. Except it's gonna be loud. It's gonna start making noise.
Do they all make noise?
That one does. The other ones are turned off.
Well, get that one from him.
That one doesn't turn off.
Or we just take it away. Will he cry?
No, but he wants to play with it.
Well, look, he's got a whole box of toys that he can play with. He's gonna start again. Show him the fox. There you go. He loves that fox, doesn't he?
Yeah, he really does. Then he makes all sorts of funny noises.
I wonder what's going on in his head.
I don't know.
Like, he visually makes a very specific face when you show him that fox.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's determination or something.
He's got a couple of, like, pretty awesome faces of, like, he makes different noises that are imitating us, and it's pretty funny.
That one makes noise, too.
Yeah, but it's off. There. Slide way over there. Can't touch that.
It's my birthday today, Casey.
Is it today?
Yes.
Oh, man, I thought it was tomorrow. Happy birthday.
Tomorrow's the party.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's the party.
I don't know how I forgot that.
So we're podcasting on my birthday. I'll probably put this one up today. I podcasted yesterday.
Yeah.
I'll probably put that up in a couple of weeks.
That's backwards.
I know. Well, I thought it was going to be different, that podcast, but it wasn't. It was just a regular podcast. But yeah, no, I'll post my birthday podcast today. So I'll probably go home. Or from here, I'll probably go to the store and get some stuff. And then work on this and put it up.
Yeah.
But I'm going to be in Vegas in a couple of weeks, and I won't have the chance to.
Oh, sure.
So
you get a few banked.
Yeah, so yesterday's podcast.
We're running behind on ours.
Post.
We've had people.
You didn't
out.
podcast this week.
No.
You usually do it Sunday, right? I asked you that.
Yeah.
Because I'll be at work, like on break or something, and I'll see that you guys are podcasting.
Yeah, we usually throw up the first, like, 15, 20 minutes
Live.
on Facebook Live, and then do the other hour after.
Yeah, no, so I see you guys podcasting usually at work.
Yeah.
See, I was going to wait
can't
to show
listen
you
to
this
stuff
when
on.
you guys were podcasting. I was going to send pictures of it.
Oh, that would have been good. It's alright. I saw it. Yeah, I mean, I'd love to get... I mean, at $50 a piece, like, I'd love to get a couple of records, one of these.
Those are storyboards for the movie that I just wrote.
Did you draw these?
I didn't. I got a guy to draw them for me.
Really?
Yes,
That's kind of awesome.
definitely. I'm doing... I'm writing from...
Yeah.
That's what he wrote based on... That's what he drew based on what I wrote.
You're going to do that?
I didn't... That's not how
You're
I
not doing nude
pictured
scenes?
that scene.
Really?
Oh, I'm not saying that there's not going to be nudity in it, but that's not how I pictured that scene necessarily.
If there's nudity, are you paying people?
I'm not necessarily saying that there's going to be nudity. Robert's going to show his bare ass.
That's not nudity. Oh, this is cool, though.
Did you see that post that I tagged you in? That video that I put up there? Of where Robert's like, fuck you! Because I know you love that scene.
Because it's funny.
I posted that up on Facebook and then tagged you in the comment.
Yeah, because for some reason the delivery of all of those
The
specific
phone, yeah, it was fun, and it makes me happy that you thought that was hilarious.
Yeah.
So what else? What else is going on?
Man, not a whole lot.
Not a whole
I mean,
lot.
since I've been at home now, it's been a lot of just like keeping up with, I don't know.
Deadlines? I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
What are you doing now?
Well, I mean, brainstorm with Allie sometimes, but mostly I just clean up and take care of Fox.
Stay at home dad?
Pretty much. I mean, like, the idea is, for now, I'm going to take care of all the stuff that I would be taking care of with Allie's help, like, after work or on the weekends. But now it's, like, fast-tracked.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just trying to get, like, plans in line and get the things that we need to get to, like, make this sustainable, I guess. And then when he gets a little bit older, I'll start moving into like helping her do like production art and some more stuff like that. Because I mean, we both went to school for the same thing.
Graphic design.
Yeah. So like she's doing that full time. Obviously, she's been doing that full time for a long time.
So she left her business, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, what was there like? A couple of clients just wanted her exclusively or something?
No, like we had a conversation because things were like she started a company called Bare Knuckle Brand Marketing.
Well, prior to that, it was something else. Though.
Prior to that, it was Dexter Design House. And that was just her,
right?
Like in an office downtown by herself,
right?
Like trying to make it work, you know. And it was good, but then she was working with people, and it was like a constant thing. So she said, "Hey, why don't we make this new thing?" And that way we don't have to like tell people, okay, well, if you want this done, you have to talk to that person over there.
Okay.
It's like it's all in one place, right?
So one place, different departments.
Yeah. Yeah. So there was like a design department and a writing department, and they worked together collaboratively. And she owned the business, right? And I don't know, it's just like it got big. Well, I mean, like in their best year, they made over $500,000.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Not that, you know, they got to see.
Right,
that,
right.
You know how it goes. Yeah, things were just getting to be too much. Like, Allie was doing stuff that she didn't necessarily want to do. Like, oh, now she's a teacher, and she's teaching all these people how to, like, do design the way that she does design, you know, like, on just the next level to have good results, right? Because a lot of designers that come in, you know, they have good resumes, and they seem to know what they're talking about, but they don't really.
So no experience?
Well, they do, and that's the thing. But I think a lot of designers out there, because it's like a super saturated market of people, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that they think they're better than they are.
Sure.
And they're not as fast as they need
it's
to be.
Specific to them and not specific to the needs of what is
Yeah. So
required.
like they're just pumping stuff out, and she's having to like go back and teach them how to like, oh, if you do these like minor things, like, it's way better.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, yeah, obviously it looks
quality
better at the
versus
end.
quantity.
So there's a lot of like her doing like, you know, employee management, cleanup work, and like just trying to run a business.
Sure.
Instead of just
what it sounds
doing
like.
what she wanted to do when she got into it. And that's helping people, you know, go from this like, I mean, like one of her most successful clients is, it's a dog trainer that like started out in a RAV4, you know, and now she's got like a huge facility and getting into another one, you know. But it's like working from scratch sometimes to build a business, not just the way it looks and the way it sounds and feels, but like literally the numbers on the inside, like margins, and creating that type of thing. So she's like living vicariously through other business owners.
Sure.
And it's like, oh, I've always wanted to, you know, run an ice cream shop. Like, okay, now I have a client that runs an ice cream shop. Like, now I also run an ice cream shop, you know, helping them. It's like that whole kind of relationship. So instead of having, you know, a ton of clients and a ton of work that she doesn't want to do, we talked about doing this thing where she leaves, she charges like a premium, like per month for her, and then she has the amount of clients that she wants, and then that's it. And that's been very good.
And so
Like,
she
it's
works
much better.
from home now, right?
Yeah, now she works from home.
So where did she just go just now?
To a meeting.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, she's still meeting with her
clients.
people, but she only has like 4 or 5 or whatever. So, you know, it's easier.
That's
Kinda
good.
awesome. And it allowed me to stay home and help her if I have to, and do everything else.
Just go get a job at Best Buy.
Yeah, let's work at Best Buy.
Well, no, like work 4 hours a week.
Right.
And you get the discount.
Just for the discount.
Just for the discount.
Man, I'd go work at a hobby shop
For
4
the
hours a
discount.
week for a discount.
Well, the hobby shop up the street across from Reed.
Yeah, Heroes.
Yeah.
That's where I have to go now.
Is it? To get all this shit?
It's the closest thing.
You're like, since I'm here, I'll take these and an application if you got one.
Right. I would literally just be like, look, I will work
I'll work for free.
as long as I get a discount.
Right. As, you know, some store credit or whatever. Like,
That's actually not a horrible idea.
like the maximum amount of store credit that I can get.
Yeah.
You know, so that I can just get my figure. I mean, honestly, like if I didn't have to work,
Yeah.
just kind of like a small time, I mean, you know,
Yeah.
like I wouldn't mind working a couple of hours at a shitty job. Or
sure.
not necessarily a shitty
It
job.
wouldn't have to be if you're only there for 3 or 4 hours.
Not necessarily a shitty job. I'm not like saying like I want to go like pump gas for like 3 hours a week.
Sure.
But like I mean, I don't feel the same way about Best Buy that I used to. But like
Right.
I used to like going in there and buying movies and stuff like that. So I wouldn't mind, you know, kind of dicking around there for a few hours a week.
Just to get your
get a discount and kind of like,
Yeah.
you know, get the advantage of that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not the case.
Yeah, I mean, I have thought about that actually, like specifically going to, because we have tons of hobby shops in Reno now, which is pretty rad.
Right.
Because we didn't used to. We had like one.
Well, what is there now?
Well, you've got Comic Kingdom.
Right, which I have yet to go into.
It's awesome. You
I
should
have
go.
not gone in
It's
there
a
yet.
good place.
I want to get in there.
Yeah, it's probably my favorite one.
Connor went over there and bought, like, since I got, like, I tried to teach Maria a couple years ago how to play.
Yeah.
And now, like, I'm kind of getting into it again because, like, new sets come out.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
because I see it on Facebook because I like
So
the HeroClix page. So it's like, okay, I'll go back and look at the figures that I missed out on, and I'm buying them again, and I want to use them. So I was like, okay, Connor and Varela on the street. Look what you did. So I'm teaching Connor basically for the first time. He's all into Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh, really?
So he bought some Yu-Gi-Oh figures. And
Oh, really?
yeah, some Yu-Gi-Oh HeroClix, and then he bought her like a couple. Like there was this one figure she'd been using for a couple weeks that she really likes, and he bought that. What are you doing? Give me that.
It's so loud. It just ruined his day.
Show him the fox.
Fox. Here you go. Yeah, no, he's mad now. He's just pissed off at you. So you took his thing.
What was I saying? That we were talking about the hobby shops, but he went into Comic Kingdom and bought some figures. So what else is there?
At Comic King?
Well, no.
Or
We're
other
talking about
places.
hobby shops. And Games Galore opened up space. They
Yeah,
went
have
to
you
another
been there?
shop. I have.
Yeah, that's cool.
I barely explored. I just went into the front, got a couple new boosters from the new set,
Yeah.
and then walked. But I didn't do any kind of exploring. It was kind of busy, and Rose was waiting in the car.
Yeah, like, they stay pretty busy. Like, every time I've been there, there's a bunch of people in there, like, playing whatever.
Bunch of fucking, like, nerds.
Oh,
though,
for
dude. I was
sure.
standing there trying to buy something, and these guys, like, the
Nerding out on
typical fucking, like, super nasally, nerdy voice, talking to each other, super, like, man-childs.
That sucks.
That's
a bit much. That's the
stereotype
downside.
that's there because it's
real.
It's a real thing.
That's what it is.
That's what it is.
I agree.
I'm not hating on those guys, but I mean, like,
No, but
grow up.
Yeah,
Go get laid.
We all like pop culture.
Do you remember when
video
you said
games.
that? Who was it that you said they needed to get their ass beat, like Ty or TJ?
I don't even remember.
Remember that?
Mean? No.
Well, this was like 10 years ago or whatever.
Right,
and
but I
you're
don't
like,
know
"No,
why."
he needs to get his ass beat. That's what he needs. No, like just the kind of like that thing where not because he was a dick or anything, but like it's kind of like, you know, this lesson that you need to learn by getting your ass beat.
Were we at some place?
I
where
don't
somebody was-
remember.
I don't
No. Like I said, it wasn't like you were mad at him or anything
No.
like that. But like just kind of like this view that they have where they're kind of like retarded.
Yeah, I don't know.
And
that
it's
was a
like
long time ago.
like sometimes people just need to get their ass beat to learn that they're, you know.
Well,
But
I think that's
they
probably
can
true.
they'll be able to live through these things and they can move, you know, grow from that
Man,
experience.
that's deep.
But yeah,
Yeah, I don't remember that at all.
but like that's the thing with like these nerdy guys. It's like, dude, go get laid, go get your ass beat, and fucking
Do
learn
something.
Yes.
I mean, maybe what I would say is the whole Fight Club thing. Like, get into a fight. Just what did he even say in that movie? It's like get into a fight so that
How much can you know
know,
about yourself if you've
yeah,
never been into a fight?
exactly. Like it's pretty true.
Right, and it is. It's sometimes maybe like if you live in this kind of world where you're not necessarily afraid, but the idea of being sheltered. And if you get your ass beat, you can learn that you're not, you know, you're not glass,
Right.
and that you'll be fine.
Yeah. Things aren't what you think. they are.
Right.
For sure. Well, and that does bother me about just like nerd
The man
culture,
children.
and yeah, it's that, and it's not like it's a huge section of people anymore.
Well, it's weird because they do have those like weird voices, and it's weird like gay people tend to have like those specific voices. Accents. Like I don't understand that.
I don't know.
If you start talking like that, does that mean that you're predisposed to being gay, or
I don't know, because I've met plenty of people that
plenty of gay people that like you wouldn't even know were gay, but generally they have those kind of like high fey voices, and it's like, oh well, this guy's
that
totally
might be
a flamer.
Yeah, I don't know. Might be like a
not that I'm against any gay people or I'm trying to stereotype. I gotta put this disclaimer.
Sure,
but it's true. But yeah, no, the man children at Games Galore.
Yeah, well, and honestly, that's probably where you find them the most. I think because
hobby shops and comic book shops, and
but like at
super
hobby,
like socially
heroes,
awkward.
like not so much that I've noticed. Like a little bit sometimes, but it depends on the day and what's going on. Because sometimes they're like running D&D campaigns, and it gets pretty nerdy pretty fast. Like pretty.
Well, and like these guys don't have like a volume control either. They're really fucking loud.
But that's because they don't have social interactions.
Right.
People do.
It's fucking weird, and it's like there are certain things I don't even feel like going and doing that I would like to go and do, just so I can avoid these people and their fucking shenanigans.
The Warhammer store at the Summit Mall.
Oh, there's a Warhammer store at Summit?
Yeah, like an actual Games Workshop Warhammer store. It's called Warhammer. That place is awesome.
Yeah.
It's small, which sucks, but like that's a legit store.
What do they do at Comic Kingdom? Do they have games set up?
Yeah, they do. They do the Friday Night Magic, and they do a bunch of other card games. They do miniature games, a ton of them. They have a ton of tables. They also have old pinball machines.
Yes, I want to go there and check that. I've been really into pinball machines lately.
Yeah, pinball's awesome.
It's weird that I got into pinball machines. I want to own a pinball machine.
I know, right? I've looked into it so many times.
They're like
to get a good one,
$5,000, $6,000, $7,000. There's a Game of Thrones pinball machine.
I know. Oh my gosh.
But when we went up to Oregon, we went to the bar, the barcade. What is it called?
I have no idea.
There's a barcade up there, kind of like One Up. Is One Up still around?
Yeah,
but better. But it was better than One Up.
Yeah, because One Up's like.
One Up was like a club with some games
it's a
along
club
the
with
wall.
Some games. It's like they wanted to go with this theme, and then they realized that like doing ecstasy and club music is making them more money.
It's impossible to do anything in Reno.
Well, apparently there's an awesome game bar now. In Reno that I haven't been to. I heard a lot of awesome things.
Oh yeah, no, like a board game bar.
Yeah.
Because I do these ratings on Pokemon Go.
Do you really?
Not for me to sound like fucking fucking go backpedaling on talking about these man children and these nerds that need to fucking grow up and get their feet and get laid. Well, here I am fucking walking around catching Pokemon, and like groups of people get together and fucking stand there clicking on their fucking phones.
It's true. But that's not even close to the same thing anyways.
But one dude posted on the Facebook page for the Pokemon Go, like, you know, because people are like, oh, we should all get together now, you know, because people are connecting. People are connecting over these fucking things. For sure. And the dude talked about it. He's like, oh yeah, there's this bar with like board games, and it totally would be like our kind of thing. Yeah,
it's supposed to be awesome.
So,
yeah, I still haven't been there. I need to check it out. It's kind of hard these days, but
yeah, no, I got really into pinball because there was a pinball machine. Like I think it was the Elvira one that I played at the barcade in Oregon, and then I played one when I went to Vegas last time.
You're taking his stuff. He wants his.
Oh, he wants this?
Yeah.
Did this come out of like a water bottle?
Yeah. There you go.
Oh,
bless you. Probably hand it back to you at some point. That's what this is his thing now.
He'll take it.
Play with it for a second and then hand it back.
And then I played the Kiss pinball machine
in
Vegas.
Pretty good.
Have you been there to that Kiss?
No.
Have you been to Vegas? You've been to Vegas.
I've been, yeah.
But have you like been to Vegas and kind of hung out and checked things out?
Sort of. We played a festival there.
Right, you went and you played, but like, did you just go there because you wanted to check things out rather than you had a...
we had a thing to do, so... I mean, we walked around the strip and stuff, but dude, I hated it. I hated it so much. It was not a fun time.
Yeah, but there's definitely cool shit to check out in Vegas.
Sure.
I mean, it's not just fucking casinos and strip clubs.
Yeah. Though you could be forgiven for thinking so.
But yeah, no, it's a pinball machine. So yeah, I want to check out the pinball machines at Comic Kingdom. What do they have?
I don't know.
And I know they had a Tales from Crypt machine at the Mexican restaurant.
Really?
By Olive Garden.
Really?
By the sushi place that you guys like to go.
Oh yeah. Didn't know that.
But
one of the bumpers doesn't work.
Yeah, one of the bumpers doesn't work.
That's stupid.
And I love Tales from the Crypt.
Tilt the machine then.
Okay, we're back. We had some technical difficulties. I think the battery died. I don't know what we were. I don't know. Yeah, it might die again. I don't know where we finished off.
Well, we talked about comic book stores. Then we talked about pinball machines.
Right.
So if those aren't there, too bad.
Yeah. So you missed out on some good pinball talk.
Yeah.
Some good game store talk. But I don't know. Anything you want to finish up on? Anything else?
Dark Tower was the worst.
Which we started out with. Yeah. Final thoughts. Dark Tower sucked. Looking forward to it. It's coming out. What comes out this week?
Just, I don't know.
Nothing?
I have no idea. There's been a bunch of stuff that's come out, but...
I've seen most of everything. Logan Lucky was good.
Was it?
Yeah.
It looked good.
It was basically Ocean's 11.
Oh, really?
It's the same director.
Oh,
And they even referenced it in the movie. They were like, oh, it's like Ocean's 7-Eleven.
nice.
Did I say Ocean's 11?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, it is Ocean's 11. I didn't want to, like, fucking fuck up there. Dunkirk I saw, it was boring, but I talked about that on a previous episode.
I think that was more like artistic, like you go because it was shot entirely with IMAX cameras.
Yeah, but it's not like fucking Dark Knight was fucking artistic.
Well, but that was only shot, 10% with IMAX cameras. And those were the best sequences in the movie.
Alright, hello, we're back. We got cut off again. Anyways, that's Sequel Podcast for this week. I'm at Bonta.
Okay,